We're in northern Alabama today, and we're here to talk about a gentleman that had an entrepreneurial spirit back in 1970. He borrowed a truck, took out a $300 loan, and headed to Washington, D.C. On that trip to Washington, D.C., Doyle Owens struck a deal with Trailways Bus Lines. And that deal was to buy their unclaimed baggage. And Doyle brought that unclaimed baggage back to Scottsboro, Alabama, rented an old house, put up a couple of card tables, and sold the contents. And his business idea was an instant success. Unclaimed Baggage, established in 1970. And that is when all the bus lines started selling their unclaimed baggage to Doyle and his wife Sue and their two sons. There's the truck. I assume they eventually bought the truck that he borrowed. So check that out. Could you imagine seeing a truck driving down the road with luggage piled sky high on it? All started with a relationship with Trailways Bus Lines. And here's the story on a plaque outside. And they call the truck Hugo. It's a 1965 Chevrolet. It is not the original truck that Doyle used, but it is an exact duplicate of it. Look, they're gonna film us. By 1978, they had started negotiating deals with all of the major airlines.
You might be interested in. And he told me about the unclaimed bags that they had.
There's Doyle Owens telling the story.
We went from there.
I built the business when Doyle was gone. He would go and get
And there's Sue.
airline bags and all that. I loved every minute of it, opening the bags and displaying and the pricing and all of that.
Let's go see if we can find us a treasure.
That's the goal. You have a great day.
It's so big they have a map now.
And shoes, cups is right there.
Ooh, electronics.
Ooh, that's the fun part. Let's go.
And you always need some coffee or Coca-Cola or some snack. Alexander, if Grammy ever gets you a shirt like this, don't believe she actually crocheted it for you. Let's check out electronics and see if we can find something magical. There's the new arrivals. You can dig through the boxes yourself. Man, they got jewelry, expensive stuff. They've got everything. Yeah, we all know that guy. Man, look at all that sparkly stuff. Look at that. They got a museum here too. Pocketbooks, women's clothing. Oh yeah. Wow, look at these shiny shoes. Look at those yellow shoes. You got shoes everywhere, shoes. All of it like these. Look at that. That's sparkly. Not only do they have that area, but they've got this area too. And a museum. Yep, there's even an Unclaimed Baggage Museum. So there's been some amazing things lost in the luggage over the years. Look at that. I've got a cousin that would love those spoons. Wow. A train set. Hand-carved wooden menorah. Oh, look at this hat. Haradi, Ready? Orthodox Judaism fur hat. Wow. I think we saw some of these at Mardi Gras last week. And there's something old. A dwarf named Hoggle. Really? Hoggle was lost in luggage? Yep. And the puppet mechanics too. From the Labyrinth. Wow. A drumhead signed by the Kings of Leon. Okay, that's just weird. Actual human shrunken heads. Sure. Stick them in your luggage. What's the worst that can happen? There's a basketball signed by Michael Jordan. A 19th century? Wait a minute. Yep, it's a 19th century sextant. I've always wanted to learn how to operate one of those. Because if you're going to sell the 7 Seas in something like that, you most definitely need how to operate that. Oh, and this, of course. This one too, of course. Ricola. All right. This rack has Zoe's name all over it. I was really thinking about getting shirts for the grand boys so they could dress like Grampy. And look at that, wedding dresses. Yeah, they got the sparkly stuff. What a place. Wow. They even have seats and swings out here on the porch. What a fun trip to Unclaimed Baggage. Of course, Paula and I both found something we wanted. For the grandkids, of course. Did you get a bag of goodies?
I do. You want to see? Zoe is going to love this.
That's right. Zoe got some sparkly stuff. It is her birthday.
It is her birthday.
It's where they offload all the unclaimed baggage from those trucks. But yes, if you're in an oversized vehicle, an RV, or a big van, or even a schoolie, you can park in the back. So now we're going to wander over to the bargain basement.
Woo-hoo.
So in 1995, Dole's son Brian and his wife Sharon purchased the company, and they've been growing it ever since. All right, so we're going to drive around to the backside where the bargain basement is. Like a small building, but it's actually 3 floors. Stretches over to the end of the city block. So after Brian and Sharon purchased the company in 1995, they installed the restaurant, revamped the entire building, started the bargain basement, and negotiated additional purchases from other companies around the world. And now, as of 2016, they have over 1 million visitors per year to Unclaimed Baggage right here in northern Alabama. Let's go check out the bargain basement. So this is the first floor, and then we can go down the hallway, which takes us downstairs. You get an additional 50% off here. All right, let's see what they've got down this hallway. Oh, here we go. Look at that. You got some house shoes,
Yay!
some jeans. All right, so we're going back upstairs, and I think we're going to wrap up our visit to the bargain basement. Look at that ceiling. We might do that in our house. There's the checkout line. And I'm going outside. I always plan to spend a couple of hours here, even if you're just browsing quickly through everything, because this entire facility takes up a city block. So it's that entire building over there, all the way to the other side of the block. And then this building here is the bargain basement. And of course it stretches down and goes down kind of 2 half levels down into other buildings over there. You don't actually have to drive around to the bargain basement like we did. You can actually come out of this side door right here. And then there's these protected walkways here. That takes you all the way over here. And then there's a walkway right there that takes you right to the bargain basement. Reclaimed for Good is a foundation of unclaimed baggage. And for every item they sell, they donate another one. It's almost a one-for-one project. They find wheelchairs, eyeglasses, and medical supplies, and they donate those for good. And then the luggage, they send the luggage off to schools to be hand-painted. Those items are taken to foster children that would otherwise be moving around their goods in garbage bags. So they end up with luggage of love, hand-painted luggage, especially for foster children. Unclaimed baggage affects so many millions of people around the world every day. And it's right here in Scottsboro, Alabama. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on our little adventure to unclaimed baggage here in Scottsboro, Alabama. We'll see you guys in the comments.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.